of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Good evening and welcome to an A.H.A.D moment, the calm before the storm. I'm your host, Minister A.H.A.D, and with me always have my brother, compadre in faith, brother Fat Killer Abdul-Aziz, the messenger and prophet of Allaah for this day and time, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, and Holy Queen Mother Saleem. May I eat peace and other blessings within the presence. We have our audience out there that's in the studio with us today. May I eat peace and other blessings about your presence as well. And to the viewing audience that watch this program, may I eat peace and other blessings with you about your presence as well. Like I said, I know we say many things on this program that we always, try to spark, provoke thought in individuals that watch this program. We try to raise you to a higher consciousness. But we know that it is the Lord of reality who really gives forth of His message and His words through us to you, and we hope that you enjoy it. With that, we're gonna maybe a round robin or a different flow of ideas.
Free exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the audience. Go right ahead.
No.
Let's see what he's gonna say. Let's
The whole thing I was going to say is that I hope that we're picking up, our volume is picking up, because I was watching the show today and I had to turn the volume all the way up. So, audience, if you're having a hard time hearing us, email us and let us know so we can make sure that, you're not having technical difficulties, because we don't have the state-of-the-art equipment when you take it away from the studio.
We're working on it, Ahezaah is gracious and, merciful, and all things come in the time that Ahezaah set forth for it to come. I hope for more support from people, but I know that our people have a tendency to step back until they see people that's more influential step up. We got support from a lot of people, but we're not publicizing their support in terms of belief in what we're talking about, because we don't want to put people on the spot, because we know a lot of people are concerned about how they're going to be perceived by their peers and what have you for taking hold of what we're saying. So eventually we're going to go ahead and we're going to finish our studio and put our cameras in there and everything, so that when we're not in the studio at Cablevision, you'll get a better perception, better hearing and everything. But bear with us, listen attentively, because it's important that you hear what we say.
So we go hard.
We gonna follow the lead of the brothers,
the
host and the co-host of an A.H.A.D moment.
With all due respect, the lead is with you, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen.
No.
But I know all
right, well, let's talk about something that you deal with. Let's talk about your modern mission people. Let's talk about those people who got together and they supposedly support my cause.
The Modern Mission is a little organization that's been put together for the express purpose of supporting and promoting the word of Lord Ahezaah has come to you, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, the messenger prophet of this day and this time. Modern Mission is put together, just configured, and we invite, hopefully we'll be able to invite others who are believers to join us in this effort to go about and make sure this word gets out by supporting the promotion of A.H.A.D moment, for example, and your program, Urban Versity, and other materials. We have there's a number of published works, along with the precursor to the Divine Book of Recitation, which is right now in published form. But there are a number of works that has to get out there to the world at large. It's going to take an effort. It's going to take some finances. It's going to take all those worldly trials that we have to go through, to get this thing done. And in doing so, we're going through early trials or whatever with ourselves, our personalities.
He going about to bust him. Go ahead.
in dealing with getting this unadulterated, this pure truth out to people. Lord, you gave us a lesson. We gave it a lesson.
You don't want me. You probably be talking for this whole program because you don't want me to say that. Go ahead.
You gave us a lesson when you seek to be of the right, when you're striving to be of the righteous, and when Ahezaah in His mercy finds that striving is a sincere one and is granting you now nearness to it. And what could be more near to the Lord of all worlds would be near His word, His living word. So as that trial, those little rebellious spirits from without and within yourself starts to come out and start to seek to get in the way and stop you and impede you and whatever. But nevertheless, we're hoping that modern mission continues to strive forward and hopefully is successful eventually.
So how long has modern mission been on the scene?
Modern missions, we've been configured about 2 years.
So in your opinion, being that you're the leader of the modern mission, in your honest opinion, how are you doing?
Until, I believe, Lord, until such time as this word is in full stead in front of the world and everyone in every lip, in the world can say when they hear the word, when they hear the name the Holy-Apostle Deen, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, the Holy Queen Mother, the community of A.H.A.D, Inc., an A.H.A.D moment, urban versity, until such time as it becomes a household word. Your word will not be successful until that happens. But
an A.H.A.D moment in urban versity and Holy-Apostle Deen, the Holy Queen Mother, is doing their own thing to make sure that happens. How is modern mission doing in regards to the support and what happens? See, modern mission is, people think when you talk about a mission, they see a building and they see an institution. I see people. How are your people doing?
It's a struggle. It's
sound like you want to stutter.
Yes, I did. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. And
this needs to be on my university show, don't it?
And I can only at this point I have to speak for myself and what I have to sincerely believe. I'm sincerely striving for. I'm asking for the sincerity and striving for it all the time is to make this an accomplished work, that which modern mission is supposed to do. And hopefully those of us who have joined.
So you really can't speak for nobody else then?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
Well, why don't you tell our A.H.A.D believers how you actually got modern mission going? What prompted you to get modern mission going? How did you get to be the leader of those people in modern mission?
What happened was that it was how
why don't you get your dad a handkerchief or something?
Help me out.
I see him about to start sweating a little bit. So why don't let's go on and
my
tell us.
son's the cameraman today. So, thank you, son. It's a struggle, Lord. It's a struggle.
No, you didn't tell the audience. We got to tell the audience how you happened to come about in forming this group of supporters and believers to, of this movement. How did you come about, to form that? And why is it that after 2 years you can't even speak for one person in the community, in your organization? You can only speak for yourself. Why is all that?
Because the trial of getting this true word out is just that, and you do reflect first on yourself and what it is that you can do. Now, for my fellow modern mission members,
I got a little lost in that answer.
Yes. About why
how did you get started?
Oh, okay.
With these particular people? What caused you what prompted you to get involved with these particular people? And why is it that after 2 years, there's no one you can say, just like I can say, Brother Idris doing an excellent job for me. Holy Queen Mother is doing an excellent job for me in support of what I believe, in support of what Ahezaah has sent down to me. They are believers, and they have seen signs of Ahezaah's, the proofs of Ahezaah being with me, and Ahezaah has given them faith for their submission. Now I'm speaking on their behalf. I'm speaking about what I recognize coming from them. And I'm saying after 2 years, you don't have one person that you could speak on their behalf. And I just want to know, how is it that you came to?
Well, the mission, we think, is again, the getting this word out and the various things of supporting it, promoting it, the things, you know, the work that goes behind getting videotapes out, getting literature out, having literature published, having things publicized or promoted or added in different ways. There's work that's behind it, there's effort that's behind it. So and initially, in looking at the group that's Modern Mission, there were a number of people who had professed and had taken hands with the Lord Holy-Apostle. They professed that they were believers in this, that they were of this cause. Now, outside of anyone else, that was a group of people that I was called to look at and focus upon, and says, okay, if I can start with any group, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, forever, with all effort, this is the group. Now I'm looking to start. You know,
Whoa, do you know that Ahezaah listening?
Yes, yes, I mean.
Okay. See, this is part of my process in teaching. This is just one of the many processes that we go through behind the scenes. You know, so I'm gonna just ask him one more time and see if he can tell you all the truth. How did you come about to these people that you cannot vouch for in your mission?
Well, when I say I can't vouch for,
After 2 years.
well, it's an important work. And it's an important, what I'm saying, Lord,
He's not going to answer.
No, teacher, what I'm saying, it's an important work.
Let me clarify some things. Brother Fakir is a good brother. And the reason, one of the things you should evidence is that he sits on this program for me. If he wasn't a good brother, he wouldn't be sitting on this program for me. And how he came about the Modern Mission and the people that he's dealing with, he used to, when he was young in this organization, he thought that I was wrong, like a lot of other people thought that I was wrong. He could not see Ahezaah's wisdom with me, because Ahezaah's not going to manifest for you or anybody else that it is with me. It is the unseen. It has been unseen eternally, infinitely, almightily. And it's going to stay that way. It chooses whom it will to raise up to see it in different forms of its essence of being. It chooses whom it pleases to raise up to see it in their understanding, in its touching them, in its wisdom, in its foretelling them as the supreme real prophet about things. And then they go and say it by its command and guidance, and other people like Idris and Holy Queen Mother will come and say, whoa, you said this. Oh, I see that. Oh, Allah must be with you. Oh, and then Allah showed them more and more and more. Well, Fakir, before he got to that point, wanted to admonish me. Right?
Must have been out of my mind. I don't.
All you gotta do is admit the truth. You don't recall.
I'm certainly not admonished.
Okay.
I don't recall.
He was very questioning. He questioned my mode of operation. He questioned everything I did. And he questioned it sternly at times, with showing his doubt and disbelief about what I was doing and what I was saying. Do you remember that? Okay. After a while, Holy Queen Mother and myself got so tired of him because she has a great heart for people. I'm not even going to put her in it. I got so tired of it. My Lord said to me, all right, put him with those people we keep trying to defend. Now, they didn't rock his head so much that he even forgot even how he got there. And now he knows the trials of dealing with hard-headed, rebellious, rejecting people who are like Moses' people. Huh? And after 2 years, he is not one of them he can vouch for. Now we talking about people who call themselves believers, A.H.A.D believers. Some of you in my audience know some of them. You see them on the streets. You intermingle with them, maybe at your jobs, you know? And you may see things that they may show you that's not too right. That's why you ain't been here. You see things and you hear things come from because, trust me, they could have been on Batman. They could have been Two-Face's cousins and brothers and relatives because they got 2 faces or more. They got a face for me and Ahezaah, and they got a face for themselves and the devil and Ahezaah. But they forget that Ahezaah is there with them when they by themselves and they devil. So I just want you all, my audience, you A.H.A.D believers, to know that unlike what a lot of people think in this community, because Ahezaah is so smooth with me, so wise, never concerned, it makes me appear as though I don't know what's going on, that I don't see, that I don't hear. And these people, many of the A.H.A.D believers in this community get confused because I won't tell them what's going on with them because my Lord said it's not my right to take their lives' trials away. It puts trials on them, and it's not for me to say, look, this is going to happen to you or that's going to happen because you're doing this, that, or the other. I see you doing this. I see you doing that. We got people that look for sensationalism, and they say, come help me, tell me what's wrong with me. What do you mean tell you what's wrong with you when you know what's wrong with you? They want to see if I still have the ability to go inside of them and pull out what's going on with them. That's doubt amongst my people. That's like the Moses people say, well, what color is the calf or the cow? You know, what color is it? Do you know? We got some bad people in our community. Ahezaah say they're the best of the people. But Ahezaah know that there are some bad people in our community. They give off bad signs. They confuse you. A lot of the people that they come in contact with, you might see them at different venues. You might see them having disturbances with one another. You might see them trying to promote our works without promoting our works. You might see them, instead of mingling in the crowds and giving out my word, you might see them standing around under one tent with a few items, which they don't have all the items that they need to have out there to give to the people. And you may be questioning, well, what are these people about? I hear this brother speaking on this show, and what are they about? They look like they little wooden soldiers or little wall decorations, just standing up there and ain't trying to reach out. See, in every movement, you're going to have people that think they know better than the leader. You're going to have people that think that whatever the leaders tell them is not absolutely correct. And divine movements such as this, you're gonna have that. What's worse is you're gonna have people get so deep that they're gonna be disbelievers of Ahezaah and try to work their magic and get lost. Holy Queen Mother made a statement to me. She said she wanted to blast the community. I said, that's not for you to do. Let me do it. Because this is my community. This is one that Ahezaah gave to me. And Ahezaah said, these people are for you. I've had a lot of people do a lot of things, and I've warned people over the past 30 years, and we've seen people fall by the wayside real hard. We've seen people devastatingly fall. We've seen people fall that don't even know that they're falling. And they run around there doubting and disbelieving and can't see the chastisement of Allah, Ahezaah on them. We got people that got to go to the hospital 2 and 3 times a day as a week, as a chastisement from Ahezaah. They turn around and after getting legions of people to believe in him, start saying he don't believe in Islam, telling his children to turn away from Islam. Same person who calls himself an enlightened individual at the post office, Mr. Abdul Bassett. Now he tells his children not to believe at all in Islam and don't bury him as a Muslim, but he's still walking around with a Muslim name. And probably still having conversations and deceiving people. And then want to make people look at me in a dark light, not realizing that I had nothing to do with his chastisement. He didn't believe when he came, and my Lord told me that back in 1981 or 82. My Lord told me about him. He said, we're going to raise him up and we're going to crush him because he come here as a troublemaker. So I've watched it happen. But although I've told him, he's too blind to see. So my wife was upset. She said, the people in this community can't even hear you. They don't even remember the things that you taught them. For the most part, there's a great many of them that don't remember. She said, how can they sit there and act like you said these things for the first time? Very easy. Because Ahezaah is the reality, people, of your memory. It is the reality of your inner being. It gives you something and it tells you that this is where your strength is. Your tongue and your heart. Make your tongue be right with your heart, and your heart be right with your soul, because your soul will never lead you astray, because your soul is within. Now I've instructed my people in this, but how deeply they are tried to not believe. They're more comfortable sitting around with devils. People who do not believe in Ahezaah. Their children, their relatives, their so-called beloved ones who have rejected, some whom they've caused to reject for their own deceit and hypocrisy. Why would I tell you all these things? Because I have nothing to hide. I don't believe in airing out dirty laundry, as Bill Cosby said. And I've held this until Holy Queen Mother couldn't take it anymore. Because they're doing to her what I told her they would do to her over a year or two ago. And that's try to play a game with her mind like they try to play the game with my mind. And they so slow that they come with the same game. The game got the same face on it. They ain't even changed the faces of their game. And don't realize that Ahezaah is watching them, judging them, weighing them on its scales. And they're going to pay recompense for it. See, some people think that they can put a gauge on themselves and what they do by me. If Holy Apostle Deen is happy with me or shows that he's not angry with me, then he don't know what's going on, and Allah is all right with me. Huh? As though I have some power over Ahezaah. I'm here telling people in the world, Ahezaah is the power, Ahezaah is the reality, Ahezaah is the greatest, Ahezaah is the one, and then I'm supposed to fall victim to what all these foolish religious leaders and so-called believers of all religions have fall victim to? No. I only got that appearance that I don't know what's going on because I sit back, because I stay out sometimes. But I'm telling you, beware of A.H.A.D believers that don't appear to be doing the right thing. Beware of them. Don't trust them. Don't associate me with them, because they're not right. We got some, I see they devil. Holy Queen told me she seen someone's devil the other day and didn't want to say anything. She said, I didn't want to say nothing in front of the community because she says I always rag her out. I said, oh, so now you supporting the devil? I don't give a damn about what anybody feel about me, buddy. I'm the messenger of Allah. I have been burnt by Allah for my feelings for people, trying to cover people. And my Lord said to me back in 1979, not even your mother. So if I can't cover my mother, you better believe I ain't trying to cover nobody else. I came out of her womb. I ain't trying to cover nobody else, and I truly, sincerely, from my soul to flesh, don't care if you like me or not. I am Allah's messenger. I'm not here seeking to be liked. Oh, it would be nice, but that's not the ultimate of me. The ultimate of me is to please my Lord. The one I know, the one I recognize, the one brothers and sisters have been trying to turn me away from for 30 years, actually all my life, to say that it can't be with me. That's just like me going telling Denzel Washington, you can't be an actor. Huh? You can't be an actor. Come on. Charlton Heston. Now that was an actor. He was God and Moses. Huh? That's foolish. You can't tell me what I see and what I know and what I understand. Time will prove what I am. Time will show if my words is true or false. And we've had 30 years, people. How much time do you need to put me on your gauge to see if I'm true or false? We've shut down the Muslims. Yeah, we've shut you down. I don't get no letters, I don't get no threats, I don't get no bad looks, I don't get no, I don't get no salams because you know not to salam because you ain't sincere, or you're afraid of your brother seeing you saying, may the peace of Allah be upon you in Arabic, assalamu alaikum. But I don't need that. I got the peace, I'm with the peace, I'm of the peace, and the peace is of me. That what you are trying to achieve. I got that, so don't think that you're hurting me by not saying assalamu alaikum. You're not hurting me. I got what you're trying to get. You the fool. Just like this brother here. He can't say how he got to where he is. Evidently he's gone blind. He's losing his memory. He's not learning his lessons. He got holes or traps that he gonna fall in again. Because if you don't remember the hole you done fell in, you gonna fall in it again. If you don't know where you come from, you can't know where you're going. If you don't know why you do a thing, then why are you doing it? Something to think about.
You want to do things right, to keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed?